Sai Ram friends, this is Venkat for Sai Satcharita. I'm sitting here in this beautiful mandir. I hope you can see, Nagasai mandir here in Coimbatore. Today's message is very simple. Whenever my mother is not well, earlier when my father was not well, what I used to do is, so these are not emergency situations. It's not something that I have to take them to a nearby clinic or something. She has some pain, and maybe it's fever. You already went to the hospital and came back, but still they have pain. They are critical. You feel you have to do something. You don't know what to do. I will give you one tips. For example, I used to light lamp in my home. That is one thing I do. If you cannot do that, that is fine. But what you can easily do is you can sit near them and do chanting of Sai. It could be Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, or Sai, Sai, Sai. That certainly, I'm not sure what it will do. For example, when my father was about to pass away, I was reading, I was chanting Sai's name. I was chanting my family deity is Lord Murugan. I was chanting his name. I was reading Lalita Sahasranam thrice, and he passed away. So all the chantings I did was to take him up peacefully. So to be positive, yes, when my mother is not well these days, I do chanting of Sai. Or what I do, I take Baba's Satcharita and I read Baba's Satcharita. For example, yesterday night my mother had pain in her chest, and she told me, she never does that, but there was Satcharita near her. She told me, she opened the book and she told me, see what Baba is telling. And I told her, it came to the page where there was a cholera epidemic once in Sirdi. And there was two conditions in the village panchayat. The village panch had two rules which was implemented. One is the fuel cart is not allowed, and they will not cut a goat. They will not buy a goat or something like that. So the fuel cart here actually means the wooden logs which has to be which was used as a fuel those days, 100 years back. So Baba basically needs his fuel cart. He's the wooden logs has to feed his duni. Baba's duni was always alive. It was ever burning. So I told my mother, and what Baba did, the fuel cart came outside the border of the Sirdi, and the people of Sirdi, the village people of Sirdi, they went and they objected the fuel cart to come inside Sirdi, the village of Sirdi, which is the wooden log, the cart carrying the wooden logs. Baba, Baba doesn't care for anyone. For example, I don't care for anyone. Same way, the Baba doesn't care for anyone. He just went and said, "Boss, what do you want?" I want the wooden logs for my duni. So he asked the cart to come near Dwarka Mai, near his masjid, and he purchased the wooden logs. These wooden logs were kept in Dwarka Mai, nearby Dwarka Mai. Whoever they are poor, they are allowed to take these wooden logs and use it as a firewood in their home. Baba used to keep his duni alive using this wooden log. So reading this, I told my mother, Baba doesn't care for anyone. Baba always wanted to ensure that his light, his divine light, his divine fire is always burning. Same way Baba is telling that he is promising in the name of his duni, in the name of his holy fire, that he will take care of you, he will bless you with a long life and a healthy life. So that is the assurance I interpreted in what I read when my mother opened a random page in Satcharita. So this is whenever I say something about Sai to you or my mother, earlier my father, I tell it from the bottom of my heart. Whether Baba is doing it or not, that is different thing. Baba is keeping up his words or not. I believe that he is supposed to keep his words. Many times he didn't keep his words when it comes to my life, but I always believe that he will. He has always taken care of my father. The last minute my father passed away, that is fine. And I know now he is always taking care of my mother, my sister's family, my niece. So I know Sai is doing what he could possibly do. Sometimes other stuff happen, but we have to see the stuff positively. And what I want to tell you is that keep chanting Baba's name when someone is not well in your family. Remember them. It is not really necessary that you have to have Udi bought from a Baba temple or Sirdi. You can mix some Udi using rice, put it in the mixie, make it as a powder. Even that becomes Udi. People abroad always are chasing Udi, giving money to people here and there in Shirdi and getting Udi. Even if you don't real Udi, any powder, any edible powder, that if you believe that it is Udi and keep it on your forehead, it becomes Udi. And of course, you can read Satcharita. Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram. I am going to sweep the temple over there. That's the main hall of the temple. Okay, I'm going to sweep that now. Thank you so much. Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram.